Hello friend, this is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about how you must consistently speak forth words of blessing in life. You know, many people who know better, these aren't people who are ignorant of the truth, they know better, they know they need to speak forth words that are positive and uplifting and edifying, but they'll find ways to speak forth negative things, speak forth things they don't want, speak forth their problems. And that oftentimes this happens because they're around other people who are not positive, and they start talking about their problems or whatever. And so then they say, well, I got to join in. I don't want to be seen as arrogant or whatever if I talk about how great things are in my life. So they start talking up problems. Oh, I understand. I had this bad thing happen to me too. And I had that same bad experience. And they start getting into the mediocrity, the failure of the world. They start speaking forth death and cursing. They start speaking forth misery, things that are of evil report, things that are not lovely. And then they wonder why their lives are not going in the right direction. You can't be consistent speaking forth positive things, thinking positively, focusing on the good for a few days here and there, while the rest of the time you're speaking forth negative, drama, anxiety-filled nonsense. Now listen, I understand that there are people who will talk up things, and you don't want to come across like somebody arrogant or like you're trying to upstage them and make them feel bad about their problems in life. But here's the thing, you don't have to talk about how great everything's going in your life. It seems like you're rubbing it in their face. You could just say nothing. In most cases, a wise person would say very little anyway. But especially when somebody is just talking up the troubles of the world, all you need to do is redirect it to something good. It does not have to be about you, so you don't have to worry about making it about you and making it about how great your life is, as if you're making light of their plights, which are self-caused. But if you keep going in that direction, speaking forth negative, not being positive, joining in on those conversations of mediocrity because you want to feel part of something or get that dopamine rush, I guess, of feeling part of a group of people commiserating in their misery and failure, all you're going to get is more things to be miserable about, more things of failure, more failures, more drama, more things to be anxious over. That's not what you want. And many people don't see that. They think positivity is something you can turn on and off. It's not really part of who you are. It's something you just choose to do, but you know, sometimes you got to be real. You got to tell the truth. No one's telling you to lie, but you don't have to talk up problems. You don't have to talk about the things of the world. You don't have to talk about drama and anxiety. But listen, here's what most people do. They start their days planning for failure, planning for cursing, planning for bad things to happen. What do? Do they start their day giving thanks to God, praise to God for the day, talking up the things that they're happy about and grateful for and appreciative of? Or do they go run to their phone and start looking at the news, start looking at what drama, what did this celebrity do over here? Did this celebrity say that? Oh, who knows? What are the politicians doing? What war is going on? And they start getting in the drama and mediocrity of the world. And then they wonder why they spill their coffee all over themselves. Then they wonder why they stub their toe. Then they wonder why they get in a car wreck or they're late for work. They've started the day planning for mediocrity and failure. They could get nothing else. If they happen to skate through that day and not have a bunch of drama and problems, that is just a blessing of the Lord, because really, that's all they were planning for. And that's what most people do, and then they wonder and they blame God. Well, you know, God must not have wanted me to have a good day. Really? You did nothing to have a good day. You did nothing to make sure and ensure that you would have a good day. You set out and planned for your day to be one of problems and trials and discord and drama. That's not on God. God's not responsible for what you're choosing to do each and every day, for the bad choices you're making, if that's you. Now, most people who are watching a video like this are focused on the positive. or at least they're working toward that. But you have to be very careful that you don't get dragged into these conversations. If you work somewhere or you have people you're around and they like to talk about bad things and problems, you have to resist and not go into that problem talking, problem spewing mentality that many people get into. There's a temptation there to be drawn in, to be part of the crowd. You don't want to feel left out. Listen, I would rather be left out. I would rather be by myself alone, just me and the Lord, knowing I'm doing the right thing, knowing my mind's renewed, knowing I'm only focused on the good and the lovely. Why would you want to join in with people who are mediocre, who are failing in life, who are the literal losers in life? They're losing in life. I'm not saying loser to denigrate them. I'm saying there's a winner and there's a loser, and they're losing. By every metric you would measure, those people are losing in life. They're not happy. They're not successful. They're not full of love and joy. They're pretty much miserable. They may have some glimmers of hope, of positivity here and there, but really they're just drowning in mediocrity, failure, and misery. Who wants any part of that? And yet, it is a common thing to see people doing that, to joining in, to talking up their problems, to wanting to feel part of that group, or part of a group at all. You have to be bold enough in your faith, righteous enough in your stance, to just say, I'd rather be alone. But here's the thing, you can generate some light, shine some light on these people's miserable lives. You don't have to join in and talk up misery, talk up failures of your past. You could talk up the goodness of God. And as I said, you don't have to talk about yourself and about your good things so it looks like you're trying to one-up them or show off to them. You can just talk about how there's good things in life and we don't have to be focused on the negative. Not to lecture them, just redirect the conversation to something good. Oh, really? Did you hear about this good thing happening? They're talking about this drama and that. Well, you know what? You'll get past that. What about this good thing over here? Don't things always work out for you? What about over here? What about this good thing? And redirect the conversation to something good. You don't have to spend a single second talking about yourself. You can just talk about good things. Now, the word of your testimony is very powerful, though. So you can talk about yourself. You could do it in a way that is not coming across as if you're trying to upstage them or make them feel worse about their bad situation or make yourself look better because of their bad situation. You could just talk up the good. There's so many good and beautiful and lovely things to talk about in life. Why join in talking about the drama and negativity of the world? My friend, don't stray from this. You must be positive. You must follow Philippians 4:8 and only think about things that are lovely and good report. You know you're not doing that if you're talking up the cares of the world, if you're talking up the negativity and the problems and dramas of the world, if you're starting your day reading the news and social media and to get all the drama and the news and the awful headlines that are coming out. Just speak forth life. Just choose life and blessing. Speak that forth each and every day. And if you absolutely can't think of anything to say, just don't say anything at all. That's simple. There's a lot of wisdom in not speaking anyway. Too many people run their mouths and get themselves into trouble. They talk up negativity, and they should have just kept quiet. If you know your mind is not focused on thoughts of good and things that are lovely, then you should not be speaking anyway. You need to be careful. You need to guard your heart. For out of it are the issues of life, my friend. My friend, get that great and glorious life by speaking forth words of life. Jesus said you'll have whatsoever you say. So stop saying bad things that you believe. You believe in your heart, whatever you say. Start believing in your heart for good things. Things that are lovely and of good report. Things that are virtuous. Things that are praiseworthy. Start thinking and believing for those things in your heart and speaking them forth. Speak forth life and blessing, my friend. I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.